Everyone, my name is Ana Martha Ayala, and I'd like to welcome you to my YouTube channel. As a reminder, I do every video in English and Spanish, and the degree theory is based on modern Western astrology using the Placidus House system. I wanted to do this financial video for you guys on financial topics, right? However, here is the disclaimer. This is not financial advice. Listen to your financial planner, your accountant, your stockbroker, your best friend, your parent, your pillow, right? Whoever you want to listen to, do not listen to me for financial advice. However, I follow 4 YouTube channels that do speak about finances and what you should be investing on and stuff like that. The first one is the bald guy, uh, Gareth Soloway, Noel Loranzana, and Clear Value Tax. I will link them below and I listen to what they say and then I translate the astrology to see if it applies. I don't discuss individual stocks because I'm not a financial astrologer. I'm just letting you know how I think the astrology will play out in this video based on what they're saying. So let me tell you what I have done and what I am planning to do. Again, I am not telling you to invest in any of the things or do what I have done or what I plan to do. First, I invested in silver, both in physical coins and the stock market, right? Why? Here's the astrology. Cancer rules silver, and Jupiter is in Cancer. Jupiter is exalted in Cancer until June 30th of 2026. As you know, Jupiter expands everything it touches. Because there's a lot of stock market volatility, I put stop loss orders on the stock, which, like I showed you in a previous video, I invested in SLV, which is an ETF, and SIL, which is a silver mining company. Now, both were triggered, the stop loss orders were triggered when the stock market went down a bit a few weeks ago, right? So when they sold, I invested everything in SLV. Uh, I have Neptune natally in the eighth house, so I can lose money in the stock market, right? So I'm very careful. And I'm a bit of a chicken when it comes to that because the stock market is manipulated. It's manipulated big time. So for the moment, I am still invested in SLV, and I will continue to be, but having a stop loss order on there. Now, gold. I have not invested in gold because it's really high. It's close to 4,400 bucks an ounce. And for me, that's like too much money. But Jupiter will enter Leo July 1st of 2026, and Leo rules gold. So the price of gold should go up because remember, Jupiter expands everything it touches. So Jupiter in Leo is something that's called peregrine. It's not good, it's not bad. So it's not happy, it's not sad. Uh, Jupiter in Leo is just neutral. But again, if we follow the same thought pattern, Jupiter expands everything it touches. So I'm thinking that the price of gold will go up. Um, Especially after, I mean, it's been going up now, but especially after July 1st of 2026, I think it will continue to rise. Now, oil. I told you that because of the Saturn-Neptune conjunction, I think oil is going to go up as well as natural gas. Saturn rules obstacles, limitations, and it has the power to say no. Neptune rules oil and natural gas. Specifically, Gareth Sulloway mentioned oil and natural gas were very good buying opportunities. So again, getting the astrology backing with this conjunction, right? The Saturn-Neptune conjunction. I invested in oil stocks. I invested in Halliburton and I invested in Schlumberger. I think I just murdered that stock's name. But anyway, the symbols are HAL and SLB. And there's an ETF that's USO, which is directly linked to the price of oil. That's my understanding of it. But you guys do your own research and you invest in whatever company that your financial planner, your accountant, or whoever advises you to do. Now, there is a saying in the stock market, right? Bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. Bulls make money, for those of you that are not familiar with stock market lingo, that's when the stocks are going up. That's easy, right? You buy low and the stock market continues to go up. So that's a bull market. Bears make money is when the stocks are going down because you can short them. So when the stock market is going down, some people short stocks. They're betting that the stock price is going to go down. And I tried that years ago. I lost 2,500 bucks and I never did it again. Now, pigs get slaughtered because when you get greedy and you want more gains and more gains and more gains, eventually the stock market goes down. So then, like what is it, the dot-com bubble, you get now there's an AI bubble, right? So you can lose big time. And that's what they mean when pigs get slaughtered because people get greedy. That's why I use the stop loss orders. When the price that I am comfortable with selling at the stock right hits, then the stock automatically sells. Why am I telling you this? Because around February 20th, which is the Saturn Neptune conjunction, 3 days later, we have an eclipse in Aquarius at 28 degrees and 56 minutes, which is directly in opposition to President Trump's ascendant. Remember, he is 29 degrees Leo rising. His ascendant is in conjunction with the fixed star Regulus. So, God forbid, I think that there could be another attempt in President Trump's life. There can be something maybe with his health. I have to look um at his chart, and I do plan to look and do a video on the three amigos, right? The President Trump, President Putin, and President Xi Jinping from China. Later on, I haven't had the time to do it. And obviously, needless to say, the situation with Venezuela can escalate because in that eclipse, Uranus is going to square Mars. So tensions can rise with Russia, and if Russia gets involved because um, they back Venezuela. So the stock market, the volatility will be horrendous. So secondly, the US birthday, right? July 4th this year, we are going to have transiting Uranus, conjuncting transiting Mars with the natal Uranus for the US chart. So that can't be good, right? Um, this is another time when if something happens, then the stock market can be very volatile, or it can have, sometimes the stock market crashes for like 2, 3 days or maybe a couple of weeks and then it goes back up. But because I don't think the stock market is not going to crash until 2028, where we have Saturn square Pluto. That's where I think it's going to happen. But again, this is not financial advice. I'm just letting you know what the astrology might look like. The housing bubble. Prices have already started to go down, but we're not at the bottom yet. We're nowhere near. I think the bubble is going to burst, in my humble opinion. 2027, 2028. At the end of 2027 is when we're going to start. When or why am I saying this? Because the North Node is going to be in Capricorn and the South Node is going to be in Cancer. South Node is to lose something. Cancer is your home, unfortunately. So obviously, cash will be king because credit is going to be tight or the interest rates are going to be high, something like that. So uh, if you want to buy a home now, you need to make an aggressive offer. And when I mean aggressive, I mean what I'm planning to do is make an offer 25, 30% less of the listing price. I know that sounds crazy, but you can always go higher, but if you make a high offer, you can't go lower. So if you start low, you can always go higher until you get the property you want. And what I look for, especially if the property has been on the market for a long time, like over 6 months, I always look to see when they bought the house, how much they paid for it, to see if they have equity. So that means that they have room to play with, right? Um, my idea is to exit the stocks for silver and to buy real estate, buy land to grow my own food. And I've been telling you guys this for a while. If you want to preserve capital, then you buy gold. But obviously, you can't eat silver, you can't eat gold. And like I said, the stock market is super manipulative. So it's being manipulated big time. So that's what I plan to do. The other thing that I thought about is, oops, my battery is running low. Hold on, guys. I need to plug in for a second. Okay, I'm back. The other thing that I plan to do is buy exchange US dollars for Indian rupees. And I'm saying Indian rupees. I thought about the Chinese yuan, but China is in competition with the US, so I don't know how that's going to be. I know China owes a lot of money as well as the US, and I think the dollar is going to be devalued big time because there's no way that the US can pay what it owes. There's just the math just doesn't fit there. Or they're going to have to raise taxes on the citizens tremendously to be able to pay for for what they're spending. But I do know that a lot of companies left China and they're moving their businesses, their factories, and everything to India. So, and I know India is investing, according to what I read, India is investing in their infrastructure. And India plays both sides, right? It's friendly with the US and it's friendly with China. It's just doing what's best for it, right? So my plan is to exchange some US dollars for rupees and just hold them. Um, I've also considered military stocks, but I haven't looked into these yet. And you may not be comfortable with that idea because I'm not comfortable with the idea, but um, I have to pause on that one. But that's another option because I do think based on the historical video that I did of when the US goes to war, Uranus and Gemini always has produced America going to war. Whether it's a civil war, whether it's a First World War, whatever. That's just it has been the historical outcome. So, okay, this is it. I hope that I have explained my plan well. Again, this is not financial advice. It's just what I have done and what I plan to do. My ideas. If you guys have other ideas and want to share with share with us in the comments, you're more than welcome to leave a comment. And then, we can all benefit from that information as well. I hope that you have found this video helpful. Let's hope for 2026, but 2026 is going to be a difficult year in many aspects. Um, if you have found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with somebody that it may help, and thank you for watching. If you would like a natal chart reading with me, please send me an email to amaastrology@aol.com, and I will see you in the next video.